Oh my goodness, you guys, have it been a couple of days? Hi, my name is Tom. I'm a full-time eBay reseller and a stay-at-home dad for my 6 kids. And I had an issue that became not an issue, but I got my blood pressure way up early. My elbow's wet and I don't know why. Anyway, lots and lots and lots of sales. Things that you guys already missed. I'll try to hit the highlights. 4 items that are late, and I'm going to try to get those shipped real quick. Mickey Mouse baseball, like Walt Disney World t-shirts that are baseball themed. I see them with some frequency. They're always in good condition. They're always big sizes. This is an XL, new with the tags, and it sold for $18 free shipping. These 4 books, The Epidemic, The Program, The Treatment, and The Remedy, are 4 books in a series from 2017, not after 2020. Sold for $21. I've had them a good long while. They did eventually sell for $21 free shipping. The battery out of the second truck sold, so I'm doing really well with taking those monster trucks apart. $18 free shipping. And then the only other thing that sold that needs shipped right this minute is this Ford Dragster engine. I paid $299 for it. I had just found one that was a Dodge Hemi engine, and it sold for like $40, but it was still like new in the package. This one obviously isn't. There's some issues with the spark plug cables, and there's like a rod that goes to the air intake that's messed up, and something else. Oh, it's missing the oil cover. There was something else. Oh, this same or a different one coming off the distributor's broken, and one coming out of the valve cover's broken. So anyway, there's little pieces of this that's messed up, but I disclosed that I paid $299 and it sold for $14.90 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $28. So those 4 got to go right away. The other day at the thrift store, I paid $2 for this Yu-Gi-Oh blanket, and it sold for $16.99 free shipping. The sell-through rate wasn't great. There were people asking like 24, and I'm like, I will just get to the bottom of the market where the other ones have sold. And so there's like 20 listed and 5 sold. I probably shouldn't have picked it up, but at $17 it was selling, and people who had it listed at 25 and higher that just weren't selling it. So I got a sale. Harley Davidson t-shirt. I don't know where it came from. It's been around a long time. Harley on the front, South Bend, Indiana on the back. 2002 men's XL. I had it for like $13.99 plus shipping, and somebody sent me a $10 plus shipping offer, and I'm like, it's been around long enough, I don't know where it came from, so we sold it for $10 plus shipping. This Snap-on Creeper sold. I'm not gonna hold it up. I paid $13 a piece for 2 Creepers. This one and a Mac Tools one. I had this one listed for like $80 plus shipping. The shipping, buyer paid $51 in shipping. I already brought the thing up because I was like, is it going to Alaska? And it's going to, I think, like Lansing, Michigan, like someplace reasonably close. And they paid $51. I should be able to get it for $30. So I'll end up spending some time getting that packaged, but the package should be reasonably inexpensive to ship, and I'll make some money on the shipping. A couple days, weeks ago, saw these handles mixed in with some shrunk wrapped together utensils that were $2.99 at Goodwill, and those ergonomic curved specific shaped handles are Cutco, and Cutco is a great name brand to look for. Used Cutco normally sells for really good money. The knives are really, really good, high sell-through rate. Generally, you're either going to find them priced like at market value or $1 a piece. And so They're worth looking for if you can find them cheap. A slotted spoon and a ladle are not the like high-end collectible utensils that are super desirable, but still at $2, these sold for $19 free shipping. More of the, boy, I wish I had let Levi deal with these because I had to dig around forever to find the 4 little pieces of Cross Country version 2 G.I. Joe 1993 Hasbro vintage action figure accessories that sold for $12.99 free shipping. But I paid $2 for all of these, and I make $5 every time one sells, and there were 25 or 30 listings. So that's good. I like that. I know I told you that I was not doing laser discs anymore. Yes, we are. Laser disc. So I told you my buddy wanted to trade on some laser discs, or wanted me to buy his laser discs. And then he showed up with only half as many. Yeah, the time came he was ready to sell the other half. So I spent $180 on a bunch of stuff. Movie poster or GameStop like pre-order posters for video games, a PlayStation 2 Slim complete in the box with some accessories. One of the next things that's coming up, the Warriors game for the PlayStation, some VHS, a big pile of stuff. I spent $180, and the PlayStation by itself is basically going to cover my costs, and everything else is cherry on the top. And that Laserdisc sold for $22 free shipping. And you missed this Batman sealed Laserdisc, sold for the amount on the screen, $35.99 free shipping. And it shipped. I have had some really terrible experiences recently with eBay reselling, and everything came out fine. But I got way behind. I ended up with something like 17 orders that shipped late. And then I tell you guys, if you pay way too much attention, my mailman is off on Monday. So she takes Sunday, there's no mail. She takes Monday off every week. The person that they have as her sub, if you can't say anything nice, I'm going to say nothing about this person, but the reality of the situation is on Monday, I put out 40 packages, and today is Saturday, and all of those packages got scanned for the first time 2.5 hours down the road, and nobody knows why. Called the postmaster. We confirmed that the guy did in fact pick the packages up, but he didn't scan them. They didn't scan them at the place here in Peoria where he would deliver them to. They didn't scan them at the distribution center that we have in Peoria. They went on to the Champaign and sat for several days, and then got scanned at 2 a.m. on Saturday morning when they were picked up. Now, they take that back. They were picked up on Wednesday. Because my mailman took an extra couple of days this week. I was like, that doesn't sound right. Anyway, so they were picked up on Wednesday and didn't get a scan until Saturday. And I was just ill because it was over $1,000. I didn't make a video because I've been so far behind, and kids sick and dealing with stuff, and a battery in the van and a flat tire on the truck, and Christmas preparation and everything, life. So I didn't make any videos for this week, but I had well over $1,000 worth of sales. That would have on several different videos. If I remember anything that's really exciting, I'll tell you about it. But the laser discs sold. That laser disc sold 2. So I'm up to making some money. So this is probably the best piece of clothing that came out of the I Bought Somebody Else's storage unit. And it's probably not anything I would have picked up. Top heavy. And it is a monkey playing a guitar. And it's just like Avril Lavigne, Skater Boy, I don't know, vintage light, vintage adjacent zipper hoodie. But he had it listed really high. The comps looked really good. And I ended up listing it for $44.99 plus shipping. I think I listed it higher than that and then took an offer for $44.99 plus shipping, and the buyer's all in at $58, which it just feels a little crazy to me. The Warriors game, no manual, came from GameStop recently. Our local GameStop, and probably yours, has started doing a retro section to try to capitalize on some of these, but older games. This sold for $59.97 free shipping. Pretty good little sale, easy as it can be. And that was part of what I paid $180 for the other day. This is the bowl to a Cuisinart food processor. This clip is broken and this side is not. That was disclosed in the listing, and it sold for $19 free shipping in an hour. I paid $4.99 for the whole thing. The motor I threw away. This sold for $20. The blades are listed in a pack for like $15. The top is listed for like $24 with the pusher thing. And I should make some pretty good money despite the motor being being too heavy to make it worth selling the dumb thing as a whole. The motor isn't valuable and weighs a lot, so not worth messing with. So this just sold this minute. It's a bag, giant checkers, and so there's like a carpet that has checkers, and then there's these. The checkers are a pretty good size, and it's all there, and I paid $1.99 for it with the kids' toys, and it sold for $14.99 free shipping. I thought about just selling the checkers, but I didn't, and that literally just now sold, so that one is out of order and not part of my deal. I did not say that we are at 31 orders for $1,051.33, which I should have said. Let me go find the other things I was trying to find. Okay, so this I picked up. I think I paid $8 for this because I knew it would sell quick. That silver tag tends to be Y2K, just super generic Nike embroidered sweatshirt. If that's your school color, that's a pretty cool piece. Even if it's not your school color, that's going to be a good piece. It's size large, but it feels like an XL or a small 2XL even. So I pick those up when I find them. Even $7, $8, $25 free shipping. I'm going to make $10 probably. And it's pretty easy money. It lists and it sells pretty quick. A guy had just parts of his electronic drum kit on Facebook Marketplace for $40. So I went and picked it up. I know how to test it. If you get the Brain Box, they're pretty easy to test. So I was able to test it. Most of it worked, and I listed some stuff for parts not working. So I paid $40, and these two sold for $58 to the same buyer. So that's like 20, what would it be? $29 each. Free shipping. Pretty easy peasy. Good stuff. Daggone it. I was just in the drum set and I didn't realize one of the cymbals have sold as well. 3 rings. Copper bottom. That has a Goodwill sticker on it still. I don't clean these anymore. It takes too much time. They're a pain in the butt and I don't want to do it. So I don't. And I sell them accordingly. This I paid $2.99 for a couple of days ago. And this big, it took me a while to figure out what size it is. 8 quart sold for $39.99 free shipping. I paid $3, somebody else paid $40. This one, a lot of them are marked, but when it's this double ring symbol, that's the oldest style, and it is not marked. This symbol sold from the, I'll just go get it. So part of buying that drum set, it came with cymbals, and this one sold for $17.90, free shipping. Gonna be pretty easy to put into a 12 by 12 box and put a little bubble wrap on. Two more. The license plates had been up for 90 days, so I did end and sell similar on them, and I've sold a couple. These sold for $11.60, which is a 5% off offer on what I normally offer them for, which must be $12. Free shipping. They're not worth much, but I make a little bit of money, and I didn't pay much for them. So they're pretty easy to mess with. They were super easy to list. I got like 40 listings of license plates all in like an hour. I'm so goofy, and then like your head is poking out of Goofy's body. $14 free shipping. I don't have any idea where this came from. Cute shirt. I'm surprised Levi didn't keep it. My wife bought a pretty nice vacuum. We had a pretty nice vacuum, but it stopped working well. So I took some pieces off of it. This boot sold for $18 free shipping. I basically have nothing into this unless you count the $85 that we spent on another vacuum that she found on sale, and it works phenomenally. Frost proof, this red. It looks real pink in this light. 2XL chamois. Like, this is flannel, but it isn't plaid. Generally, I refer to these as chamois, but it looks like the word looks like it would be chamois. Anyway, chamois. Sold for $16.72 on an offer, plus shipping. Buyers all in at $27. Those shirts do really well when it gets cold. So the books at the Goodwill that I go to on the reg are handled by one person, does all the books, and she does a great job. Shout out Sue. And she came, I was about to leave empty-handed from Goodwill, and I was making a video for you guys, but I ended up finding nothing. So I stopped recording. I was with just my wife, so we were kind of on a date. And so I stopped recording and I was about to leave empty-handed. Then she came out with 56 R.L. Stine books, both regular R.L. Stine, mostly Fear Street, and some Goosebumps. And we have made some good money. I'll put up the lots that have sold. Some first presses sold really good. A lot of just random ones sold for some money. And then these are not Fear Street or Goosebumps. They're other titles of YA horror. Blind Date is the first YA horror that R.L. Stine ever wrote. And if you find the one where it's somebody going into I'll put up a comp. It's a kid walking into a sliding glass door as opposed to somebody ringing the doorbell. It's worth quite a bit. And then this snowman did eventually become a Goosebumps book too. But these, R.L. Stine is going to do really well. Horror, vintage horror, anything. VHS, DVDs, books, paperback, hardback, vintage horror does really well. That I paid 50 cents a piece for those books. That was a lot of 7. Sold for $20 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $27. This I paid 50 cents for, I think. I was shocked at how cheap the stuff was at this yard sale. It's been a year and a half. Panic at the Disco hit on the sleeve. And then the big front hit that says Panic at the Disco. And this shirt sold for $10 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $20. All right, we're getting there, folks. Oh, those are shipping labels for like this board that sold. I'll put that comp up here. I got that out of my neighbor's trash. It's like a Miller Lite. And then it lights up. I put a video in the thing. And it's sold for $40 free shipping. And I did make some money. Feels like it's pretty large. And then the Geo tracks, you guys asked me if I went back and got the trains, and holy cow, did they do fantastic. I was an idiot for passing on those. Geo tracks by Fisher-Price. Some of that stuff didn't work and it still made money, and I'll put up the comps for that stuff. But the train that did work sold. A train that didn't work sold. A Santa Claus, the whole set, but the trains didn't work, sold. And some parts sold. And so I paid $12 for that whole bucket. And I was gonna say, and I donated the tracks back, but not yet. They're still sitting on my front porch in a tote. I got a load, but I was gonna do that, and then my wife took the van to the store to do some Christmas shopping, so that's gonna be on my agenda for later. Crescent wrench, not a crescent wrench. Crescent, the company, invented the adjustable wrench, and so this is called a crescent wrench because it was invented by the Crescent company. Craftsman. This is a Craftsman version. I buy a lot of Craftsman vintage tools. Easy to mess with. Normally they are numbered. This one doesn't seem to be numbered, but it is just a 10-inch adjustable wrench. 2 lines is typically a really good sign. Sometimes it'll have a V in between the 2 lines. Made in the US. I buy tool boxes full of tools for $30 and less, and I look through them and it's like, oh yeah, there's a handful of things, and the box is nice, and I make pretty good money selling old vintage Craftsman toolboxes, old vintage Craftsman tools, and other tools, but Craftsman's kind of where Craftsman is the sign that is like, oh, this is worth looking into, generally for me. Craftsman, 10-inch adjustable wrench, sold for, buyers all in at $18.50, sold for $8 plus shipping. This wrench would cost so much more to buy brand new. I don't know how much. I'll put up a comp from Menards. Went to yard sales 2 years ago, and I found a bunch of kids' toys, including a train, that when you move the train, it plays these records. And while the train would have sold, and this one's messed up, all the other stickers on the other sides are good. While the train would have sold, it's the like plus shipping part of the train would put the comps, like you would make less money selling the whole train. So I donated the train and sold just the records, and they sold for $12.90. And the thing would have sold for like $10 plus shipping, like $20. So I was, if I wasn't money ahead not selling the train, I was definitely frustration ahead, because these go into a poly mailer with a little bit of bubble wrap, and the train, I'd have to find a box and could get damaged. Those were in the death pile for a long time. This dude was in the death pile for a long time. It's Spider-Man something. It has articulated hands. Like, you can position his hands. It's not just Kung Fu grip. And articulated toe box, not individual toes, but the toe boxes articulated. And articulation, or so my brother says, is a big point of sale on action figures. So I was like, this guy, you can bend him every which way but loose. He is ridiculous. So let me look him up. And he had some pretty good sales history. Sold for $17.50, free shipping, definitely worth listing. Sold another one of these drums. And so that's all 3 of the drum pads and 1 of the cymbals, but not the brain box. And there was another drum that was broken apart, like it was missing the nuts. And so that one's for parts. And then another cymbal or 2, some cymbal stands. And anyway, I paid $40. I'm well into the profit. Ordered this off of Whatnot. I thought my wife would love it, and she would have if it didn't show up so stained. Look at that. It looks like somebody dumped coffee all through it. So I listed it for $12.59 and put stained reed in the title. But isn't that stinking adorable? Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. sold for $12.50 free shipping. I don't know what I paid for it. It doesn't matter. I don't buy on Whatnot anymore. Mostly because, not because I wasn't getting deals. I bought something for $16 and sold it for $400 on Whatnot. Was buying things for $1 and selling them for 10 and 12 a lot. But I was at the place where I was spending on Whatnot as much money as I was making on. I was just buying inventory all the time, and I needed to quit. I needed to focus on listing instead of buying. $2.99 is what I paid for this Epsco. Boston is a really good brand on these, but this one is pretty good. Hammered metal base, vintage looking pencil sharpeners. Pencil sharpeners have been a steady bread and butter item for me as long as I have been doing these manual pencil sharpeners. Have always been a thing that I find cheap, sell quick for decent money. $15.80 free shipping. I'm in it for $2. I'll probably make 6 or 8 at the end of the day. 50 cents a piece for children's books, even when they are hardbacks. So we're $2.50 into these Dogman books. I underpriced them because they didn't last an hour. Sold for $13.99 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $20.30. This shirt, I don't know what on earth possessed me to buy this Royal Distinct shirt. It's hideous. It has some boom boxes on it. It's been listed forever. I got a $7.90 offer, and I could not click accept fast enough because I didn't think that was ever going to sell. These were out of the part of my personal collection that is mixed with my death pile. Like, oh, these are awesome. I'm going to keep them forever, but I'm going to put them over there with the stuff that's for sale in case I just decide to sell them one day. That day came. They are in terrible condition. So they sold for $16.99 free shipping, and they took probably a week to sell. This piece is one of those things. I paid $2 for it. I took a ton of pictures. I took it apart and showed it taken apart in the listing. So I don't have to ship it 50 inches tall. I can ship it taken apart. And so that makes it worth listing. I had it listed on Facebook Marketplace for $35. And with these tables, somebody ended up buying the tables, but skipped the lamp. I sold the lamp on eBay for $171 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $236 on this lamp. I paid $2 at a yard sale because I recognize mid-century modern stuff. It's mod and pop thrift. So I made more money on this lamp than I made on the tables. But the tables I might have been able to take apart, but I decided not to. Get comfortable shipping stuff that sucks to ship, or figuring out how to take it apart so you can ship it in pieces. There's a lot of money to be made. I have done this a handful of times, shipped a big piece dismantled in a way that makes it easier to ship, feasible to ship, and I'm going to make a fortune on that. I haven't dismantled it again. It's sitting over here put together, so I need to dismantle it and find a box for it. But I'll make, $236. I'm in for 2. So, my eBay fees probably brings me down to $190. So if it costs me $40 to ship, it's not going to cost me $40 to ship it to anywhere. Let's look at get the shipping label just real quick to get an idea where she's going. Austin, Texas. And right now the box, I put in 4813 as the box size. It says it's going to cost me $25 to ship it through UPS ground. So that should be just fine. And I'll make over $150 selling that lamp, because you got to know how to ship stuff that other people aren't willing to mess with. I was stoked when I found that for $2. And then on the other end of the spectrum, this. I paid $1 for this on Whatnot. It's a homemade quilted little stocking thing, and I don't know why I even bid on it, but I did. Sold for $10.99 free shipping. Buyers all in at $12, and it's not really worth my time. That's all of it, guys. Couple of really good pieces that are going to be a pain in the butt to ship, or things that I bought that are going to, like, the most expensive things that I sold are the things that other people would pass on because they're hard to ship. So that a drum set, a giant stock pot, a lamp, and a creeper. And those are the things that I'm making the most money on, and they're not that tough to ship, and I like making the money. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing. Thanks for following. Oh, wait. Hey, look around. You might have noticed that the lighting's a little different. I hung some drop cloths in order to keep the heat from getting into the roof of the barn, and it's keeping the room a little bit warmer. I tried to make a video of that, but it didn't really work. The video didn't really work out too super well, and I didn't have anything to add it to because I haven't been making videos for a little bit. So anyway, we now have no light overhead and just the ring light lighting the room, and that's why the lighting is totally different, but it's warmer in here. So this is not a perfect solution. It's not a permanent solution. It's just a get some drop cloths up to keep the heat in so that I can tolerate being out here when it's 20 degrees outside, 28 degrees in here, and I've got a space heater blowing right on me. I can get the job done. And then I said last summer it was going to happen. This summer it has to happen. That I'm going to build insulated walls and put a dedicated heater and at least a window unit air conditioner out here so that I can work. But right now I just got to get through Q4 and Q1 because I'm not going to do it while it's freaking cold out here. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thanks for following and clicking the bell. We'll see you on the next one. Hey, if you guys made it clear to the end of the video, I've been considering doing like a $2.99 member section. I know a lot of people do member sections. Tell me in the comments, is that something that you would want to see? What would be, like, my thought would be if I like did a live once every other week or released videos early. I know those are the kind of things that people do. I definitely have some like stickers and pins that we could do. But is that something that there is an interest in? Is that something that, what would you like to see me offer if I did a members thing? Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you later.